Okay, welcome back, everyone. We're now going to have the second presentation of this morning. So I'd like to introduce Shameem Smillie from Mitel. There's always a big round of applause at this point, Shameem. We just can't hear it because it's virtual. Yeah. What Shameem's going to do is take a tour through around CX designed with humans in mind. So very much looking forward to it. I'll hand over to you, Shameem, and off we go. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan, and good morning, everybody. And first of all, I just want to thank you for taking the time to join us for the final day of Britannic's Convergence Summit. Gutted that we can't be face-to-face today. Our session today is all about customer experience designed with humans in mind. So to start off then, we still don't know what the future holds, really. And as we've seen and experienced, things are changing on a daily basis. And when we don't know all the answers, all we can do is prepare and make sure that when we know more, we are equipped and able to adapt and as well, be really agile. So as we adapt to the new normal and, consider digital transformation, I think, digital transformation has never been more critical. And whether you're seeing a massive shift to online orders and queries, or just seeking different ways to adjust your business model, you have to stay relevant during this pandemic and whatever the future holds, really. We need to consider how AI and WFO technology, workforce optimization, can help your businesses cope whilst remaining relevant. And when I talk about relevant, that also includes being profitable. And most importantly, taking care of your people and taking care of your customers. So when we think about CX, designed with humans in mind, our technology helps with automation, self-service, AI-driven capabilities. So with that, then you can support and enhance your agents' everyday workflows, as well as helping them to serve, their customers themselves, enable and enhance their day-to-day processes, and fundamentally make things easier for them. That's the whole goal, and that's the objective of our session today. So the greatest current effect of coronavirus on the contact center is the enormous shift to home-based agents. And whilst we've been in this pandemic for nearly 8 months, I think for a lot of businesses, this shift is still ongoing. We saw a return to office for some, not everybody, me included. But again, this has recently been flipped as we brace ourselves for whatever's coming next. And for once, technology has led business change. And I'm really pleased about that because it's helping us have different, more meaningful conversations. And I think as businesses and their contact centers have adapted to COVID-19, the massive implementation of remote working has never been more prolific. So when you consider the unpredictable contact volumes, customer behaviors, unstable resources, because, people are at the center of this, we do need to develop new services and propositions. And today's people and process challenges, whilst we've talked about it for many years, they're continually evolving and they're continually changing. So with this shift comes a number of challenges, but there's also positives to be pulled from this. And what we're all experiencing right now are lots of dips, but lots of good things are starting to come out of this pandemic because it's making us look at things really differently. So these are on this slide here, and I don't want to read it to you, but these are a couple of the benefits and challenges that businesses experience when we're all remote working. And when we look at these, we should also consider the challenges that our HR teams are going through because, as I said earlier, the big thing around this are humans, it's us. And we're very, very complex creatures. So we've got to figure out how to take care and manage our people. And I think when everybody or most of us are working from home or remote from the office, it's never been more important. And this pandemic is acting as a catalyst for new ways of doing business remotely. And the changes taking place are definitely going to last way longer than this pandemic. And as a result, contact centers need to adapt not only to the current situation, but they need to support this new normal moving forward. So what is important for your businesses? Number one, businesses need to remain relevant and demonstrate that they can provide value to their customers whilst taking care of their people. And this includes the mental well-being of everybody that they're interacting with. And again, businesses still need to remain profitable and drive those efficiencies where possible. But at the same time, They need to consistently deliver high levels of customer service whilst ensuring that the experience that their customers receive meets and preferably exceeds customer expectations. But with this, they should empower their agents to be as productive as possible, whilst making sure, again, that they can take care of the people. And I will talk about people a lot because I think it's never been more important. So when we think about the customer experience from the agent's perspective, the majority of contact centers want a solution that can simplify operations with preferably an all-in-one omni-channel solution. And I talk about omni-channel a lot because I think it's critical really to customer success. Omni-channel can mean different things to different vendors. And it also means different things to different businesses as well. And I think when I think about it from a Mitel perspective, for us, omni-channel provides the capability to interact on chat, as an example, and then be able to pivot to voice if the situation necessitates it. So it's all about using technology when it's appropriate. But when it's used well, omni-channel provides a frictionless experience for all the customers and for all the agents and for all the people involved. And at Mitel, we believe that omni-channel enables a customer-centric approach, and it can and it should provide a seamless, unified, contextual customer experience, irrespective of the device, channel, or platform used for those customer interactions. Work is a thing you do, not a place you go. We've been saying that since, well, before the pandemic, really, because of the technology that we use and the fact that it's always enabled us for many, many years to be able to work from anywhere. But I think it's never been more prevalent or relevant than in 2020. And to achieve this flexibility on where you work, your contact center staff and your businesses need a platform that allow them to get their work done regardless of the location. In today's day and age, there are many scenarios where workplace flexibility is required. That's a given. And contact centers are no longer confined to the traditional office. Contact center people, we can work from home, we can work in the car, we can work from a cafe, we can work from anywhere that has the internet. And when you consider Mitel's contact center solution, it dovetails into our MyCollab solution, which is used for UC to enable remote working, so that contact center staff can do their jobs effectively as if they were working, just in front, a couple of feet away from each other. And then with that, then enabling omni-channel interactions, supervisors can monitor, coach their agents, schedule shift rosters, plus managers can seamlessly operate from any location, irrespective of where they're geographically located. So just because you're not working from the office shouldn't mean that you have to make do. And when you're not making do, you shouldn't have to compromise either. And, to not do this, we have to make sure that the same tools that are available to us in the office are available to us regardless of where we are. So when we think about omni-channel customer experience, again, enables you to handle customer inquiries, phone calls, emails, chats, social, SMS from absolutely anywhere. And when you can use soft phone, you can enjoy the same desktop phone communications and not miss out on features that you particularly liked and only consumable from in the office. Having presence indicators. With this, you always know if your fellow agents and support staff are available, whether they're busy, whether they're in a meeting or just doing something else. Mobility options. Mobility is still critical, regardless of whether you're working from home or not. And this allows you to extend your customer communications and team collaboration capabilities to mobile agents, as well as your supervisors and all the different personas within the office. When I think about web clients, these are typically browser-based clients. And what this does is lower the overheads and gives you access to all the agent and supervisor features, again, that you would expect when you're in the office. And then remote supervision capabilities. With this, you can check the status of your agents. You can look at your queues, monitor your service levels, and fundamentally understand at any point, at any time in the day, what is the customer experience that you're delivering. And then integrations. So with integrations, you should not be able to integrate to your CRM system, to Salesforce, to Google Contact Center AI, just because you're at home or because you're remote from the office. So all of this technology is exactly the same, irrespective of where you are. Real-time dashboards. Again, just because you're not in the office doesn't mean you get less levels of visibility across your whole business. Real-time dashboards allow you to respond to changing contact center volumes, irrespective of the media. And again, this should occur in real time so that agents as well as supervisors can all see each other, as well as seeing what else is going on in the business. And then to support this, then you've got historical reporting. So with that, then you can understand the contact center performance levels and then share this information with others and start to be, proactive instead of reactive and firefighting all the time. And then if you underlay that with experience management, you can analyze your service levels across all channels, manage your resources effectively, and truly optimize the customer experience that you want to deliver. Right, Contact Center Messenger. So Contact Center Messenger is our next generation chat platform. So with this, it provides rich customer self-service and live assisted interactions. And with this, we leverage Google's contact center artificial intelligence, and this replaces our legacy web chat solution. And moving forward, well, it's been the case now for about a year and a half. This is our strategic go forward messaging solution. And then what you can do is leverage CC Messenger for all of your digital customer experience conversations. You can make live chat a key part of your overall omni-channel customer experience strategy, as well as bringing it into all of the areas where customers typically want to self-serve. And I think when we look at what the analysts are telling us, the consultants, even, yourselves as customers, what we read on social media, I think it's a fact that live chat increases conversations towards a more positive engagement. And whilst doing that, it can increase customer satisfaction. Customers that start their journey on your website want to usually complete their journey on the website without having then to call into a different number. And I think live chat allows you to do just that. And it makes things seamless, frictionless, and allows customers to do things when they want to do it. So what does success look like? And for us, for businesses, success is all about people, the right tools, and having the processes that you can change things when they need to and be as agile as possible. And, this hasn't really changed, again, because of the pandemic. Your people, your processes, they're underpinned by the technology, but it should be dovetailed in and not used for technology's sake. And then with these interactions and the services you provide, you're going to elevate everything across the business. So, cannot talk about customer experience and with humans in mind without talking about Google's contact center artificial intelligence. So Mitel partnered with Google Cloud about 2.5 years ago. It's probably a little bit longer than that. So what is it? Google Contact Center AI is artificial intelligence and is powered by self-service interactions and self-service capabilities primarily. And for most companies, this is critical, especially when you're trying to realize and execute on your digital transformation plans. And then when we think about that, it shouldn't be constricted by conventional opening times and closing times. So, within Monday to Friday, weekends, holidays, Christmas Day, or anything, it should mean 24/7 operations. It should mean that when I can't sleep because I'm worrying about something or I want to figure something out, I log on to my iPad or to my Mac, and I should be able to sort of get my questions answered without having to think, is a business open? And I think this is exactly what it does. It allows those that want to self-serve at a time that's convenient to them. And in conjunction with Contact Center Messenger, CCAI provides customers with self-serve and live assisted interactions. So what you can do is leverage all the capabilities of a virtual agent, agent assist, voice bots that we are currently field trialing, and we should be releasing actually at the beginning of next year. So a little bit of marketing stats just to back up really what I've been saying. And again, this hasn't changed as a result of COVID-19. And I think what COVID-19 has done for a lot of us is kind of, I don't know, made us think about things in a different way. It makes us feel things a little bit differently, sometimes more. And I think customer experience has never been more important than it is today. And as always, customer experience remains king. And I think personal interactions doesn't necessarily mean that every interaction has to be human. And I think the key is that we just have to have access to service, to answers, and it should be easy. And where human agents are involved, it should be in real time, and they should be allowed to have and provided with real-time capabilities to support them. So some of the things that AI can address, the challenges when you think about them need to be looked at from the persona or the point of view, really, from the agents, consumers, and businesses. And as with everything that we do now, we really do need to look at that from the viewpoint of the people at the center of all the conversations. And I think it's only when you join all of these up and you really understand the challenges and put the measures in place as well, leveraging the technology, that we can understand what the experience is and have that proper 360-degree view. We talk about that a lot, but we need to make it a reality. And we have to walk in the shoes of all the different people within the businesses. And we have to walk in the shoes of our customers as well, and really take an outside-in approach, as well as understanding the inside out and join all the dots together. So the future is full of automation. I really do believe this. I'm seeing it every single day. And as more and more businesses and customers are consuming technology and making technology our friend. And I think when you look at what's going on all around us, AI is continuing to explode in terms of the use cases in contact centers, and as well as the benefits that it can provide with automation, efficiencies, and intelligence. And I think that's really undeniable. But it's really important to assess whether your current technology stack can take advantage of AI, number one. And if you're running old legacy systems, you need to consider a move or a migration to a future-proof solution. That's number two. And not only will that provide value and the benefits that we know today, but it will also allow your business to continually evolve, consume new technology, and as and when appropriate for your business and customers, start to look at what else you can bring in to make everything better and more positive for your people and for your customers that you're serving. So, making the case for bots. I'm definitely not making the case for bots. But what I am saying is bots are not going to replace humans. They're just not. And I don't even think it would be appropriate, really. But it is a question, that comes up probably daily with partners, with customers, when I'm speaking to my colleagues and even to my friends. And when I think about AI, it really is designed to support and help agents, not replace them. And I think, use it well, use it when it's appropriate. Use bots to carry out those tasks that are repetitive, and again, allows customers to self-serve when they want to. Leverage human agents, leverage your talent, leverage your people to provide that level or additional level of customer support. And those conversations, they often need high degrees of empathy and understanding that customers will really benefit from, and the agents as well. So getting into the technicalities, I guess, and what this actually is. And as many of you probably already know, there are three core building blocks to contact center AI. The first is virtual agent, or chatbot, as we like to call it. And with a chatbot, it allows customers to interact via voice or chat or self-service, again, whenever they want to. It relies on dialogue flow for natural language processing capabilities. And it also allows us to understand the customer's intent. Intent is the key thing here. And we're understanding the intent. So what is the purpose? What is it that a customer's actually saying, and what do they mean? The bot can respond accordingly. But what it does is also allows conversations to be seamlessly handed over from a virtual agent to a human agent when required. So the second is agent assist. And this is where the power of AI is used to support the conversation with our human agents. It can proactively make suggestions. It can provide articles to the agent. But what it does is reduce the time that an agent usually spends, searching for information, IM and their colleagues to get those answers that the customer fundamentally wants straight away. And then finally, you have to be able to measure. You have to be able to report. And then with this, we have AI analytics. And where that understanding of conversation is used, it can provide automated insights so that we can truly understand what is driving customers into contacting the businesses in the first place. And then understanding what are all the reasons and what can we do to make those experiences better, and understand the root cause then, if there's anything that the customer is experiencing that isn't particularly positive and causing them some pain. So I just want to talk briefly about North Yorkshire County Council. And again, I've mentioned it quite a few times actually this year. And I had the pleasure of being involved with them directly. You know, they're a really, really good customer, very, very forward thinking, very, very able technically as well as business like. And we've actually updated this case study twice. We did it pre-COVID and we've done it during COVID as well. And I think the key thing about North Yorkshire County Council and everybody within it is that, you know, one of the positives is because they were trialing our solution, when the pandemic hit us, they were trialing it internally. So they were testing it out on themselves, using themselves as guinea pigs. And they were trying to understand, you know, what's the good, what's the not so good, what they need to do better. And when the pandemic hit, they were able to pivot quickly and make and provide these services externally to all our citizens. And I'm pleased to say that, you know, the feedback has been positive, but it's a continual evolution. You know, they're continually improving their services by listening as well to their customers, asking their customers what they want and making things better. So, you know, you'll be able to click on this link, look at the blog as well that provides that, and it'll give you a lot more color into their story. So I couldn't do a presentation with Jonathan and the guys at Britannic without talking about why Mitel as well. So we call this our Mitel brag slide, or our Mitel in number slide, really. And I know many of you would have seen this before, probably a lot of times, but it's been updated and I wanted to share it again because really, I want to get across, and I really want to reiterate that, you know, my objective, Mitel's objective, and is that we want to demonstrate and hopefully show you that we've got credibility in the market. Mitel are a safe pair of hands. Unified communications and contact center is our bread and butter, and we are really proud of what we do. I am really proud of what we do. We are here to serve and support you as our partners and our customers fundamentally. And I, you know, hope that together, you know, we can serve and support and do a lot more good, leveraging all the technology that's available to us. You know, when I think about, you know, everything that we're going through right now, when all is said and done, people still want to communicate with people. That is the whole reason that we're here. And at Mitel, we're a large company, but we still got a family mentality. Britannic are exactly the same. You know, customers are at the heart of our business. And that's the thing I want you to take away from today. Well, that and a couple of other things actually that we'll be talking about. I just want to talk a little bit about our contact center strategy. And given the complexities and the human elements of everything that we're talking about, we believe voice is still gonna be an important method of communication. And the importance and the prevalence of voice as a channel, I think, will one day be superseded by other channels. Hence the need for a digital transformation plan, not only a plan, but you need to execute on it as well. But I think this is only going to happen when we all have confidence in the technology, we have confidence in our business processes, that we can do what we, you know, what our dream is, what our vision is, and we can actually execute on what we're saying. And I think when it comes to speed, agility, the ability to text, to chat, has massively changed how we communicate, even this year. And it isn't just the millennials, it isn't just the young kids. We're seeing all demographics reach out, you know, via WhatsApp, via instant messaging. You know, my mother's 80, she's 81 next week, actually. I went to see her yesterday. And, you know, she's WhatsApping me, she's texting me. I told her how to use video. And I think it's opened up her world, made her world bigger because she can't go out as often as she would like. And I think it's adding real value as well for everybody. So there's three reasons really why customers and businesses tend to come to Mitel. So number one is customer experience. Number two is infrastructure modernization. And then number three is access to next generation applications. So it is all about the contact center. So the contact center is the lifeblood of most businesses. It's at the center of everything. And when I think about contact centers and everything that we do, it's not a one size fits all. So consider telephony. This is where, you know, we bring our experience in enterprise communications. This includes ensuring that the contact center can communicate to everybody within the business. So it's about connecting people to people. And then you've got CloudLink, which is our middleware piece. And what this allows us to do is access next generation and new services from the many, many public clouds. And the deployment options are yours. It's a single software stream. It's the same functionality. It's the same features. So if you're ready to move to cloud, great. Whether you're public or private, it really doesn't matter. But, you know, for the ultimate control, you can deploy anything in your own contact centers, in your own data centers. And if you want to combine any or leverage any of the flexibility, you can. And we can deploy a hybrid model to suit. So everything you need is within one solution. Whether you need a small informal contact center, a large one, multi-site, highly sophisticated, you've got the same tools, the same features, the same functionality to allow you to execute. So I just want to touch a little bit about Mitel's workforce optimization. So we partnered with Calabrio Teleopti for WFM, which brings together agility, sophistication to customer interactions. And it's central as well to making sure that you can manage your people effectively. And then coupled with that, we've got interaction and recording, and we partner with ASE for call recording. And again, this is a next generation call recording platform and solution that categorically integrates with all of our ecosystem and with our Mitel capabilities. And I have to talk about integrations and technology and our ecosystem and partners, because we recognize that whilst contact center, workforce management, workforce optimization, call recording, quality monitoring, screen recording are really integral to a customer's solution, you also need to integrate into other solutions and applications such as CRM, social media, instant messaging, outbound dialing capabilities such as Noetica, so My Contact Center Outbound. And the companies that are on this screen represent our most asked for integrations. But if there's any on there that you need to integrate to, want to integrate to, that would add value, we can categorically absolutely do that as well. So just coming to the end of our session now, and there's three progressive steps that you could take today. And first one is build a blueprint of what to automate versus what requires personal intervention. Don't use tech for tech's sake. Determine how best to leverage your prior investments. We don't advocate a rip and replace. We definitely want you to make sure that you get the value out of everything that you've paid for yesterday, as well as everything that you want to get tomorrow. Leverage the new tech, leverage the new tools to improve productivity and customer experience, and put them at your central point of your thinking. So before we wrap up, I just want to finish off by saying that at Mitel, we work with thousands and thousands of contact centers and different businesses across the globe. And many of them had already been adapting their businesses to enable them for remote working long before COVID-19 was even discussed. And I think when I think about the challenges that many of us are facing today, and yourselves are facing today, it's about security as well. And we haven't really talked about security, but we do have to talk about it. So security is only as good as your business IT operational processes. And again, you know, to do this, you still have to trust your people. You have to trust your agents, especially when we're all remote. And whatever industry you're in, customer experiences and expectations are massively changing. And the contact center industry is on the front line. It's at the front and center of everything. And agents will always have a place in contact centers. They're not going to be replaced anytime soon, in the next year, in the next foreseeable years. And I think, you know, when I think about what's going on, especially in times like these, where many customers are facing complex situations, complex scenarios that require deep levels of empathy and understanding, you know, we've got to think about social distancing, the effect it's having on all of us. My advice to you as businesses is to focus on the customer, focus on the agent journey, identify your pressure points, and then consider integrating technology into your business processes. And then as we look to the future, virtual agents, chat functionality can play an important role in alleviating some of the stresses that everybody's going through. And then before I finish, I just want to say, don't forget to head over to the Mitel booth where our guys are waiting for you. They can answer your questions, do some really, really cool demonstration, and bring all this to life. And I just want to finish off by saying thank you again for taking the time to join us today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shameem. So very interesting presentation, lots of great insights there. We're a bit tight for time, so we won't be able to take Q&A in this session. But for me, I think, some of the key takeaways there, it's about the importance of people, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's customers or employees, technology should support and of course, help to underpin some of these changes that we're seeing from traditional voice communication through to digital. There's definitely a role for automation, and I think one of the other points is the importance of an open architecture, being able to embrace change and innovation through open APIs. So, the world's changing at pace. We shouldn't lose sight of the importance of actually understanding and delivering great experience for customers and employees. So great presentation as always, Shameem. Thank you so much. And we'll close there. And the next presentation will start on this stage in just 4 minutes. So 10:35 it will be Felix from Talkative, and it'll be bringing the in-person experience online. So we'll find out what that means shortly. Thank you very much, Shameem. Take care. Thank you.